While hi guys, while we're waiting other people to join, we'll start in like 2 minutes. Can Sherry, can you tell me if you can hear me? Because I'm wearing headphones and I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Habari za mchana kila mmoja wenu. Asanteni like for everyone who joined today. Nashukuru, and also welcome to today's session. It's a continuation of like yesterday's session, which was led by Cherie, our coach Cherie Massawe. And so today we're gonna proceed from where she ended. So day two, we're gonna be talking. Today we're gonna be talking a bit more. We will go through the prompts, like other prompts that she didn't talk about, and then we're gonna see how you can make your like the significances of your essay and some important summary from last session and today's session, and then we're gonna have tutakuwa tuna maswali na majibu mwishoni. Nitajaribu kuchanganya Kiswahili na Kiingereza, lakini mtanisamehe kama nitaongea sana kwa Kiingereza kwa sababu naweza kuongea haraka kwa Kiingereza kuliko Kiswahili. Kwa hiyo welcome to today's session, and I'm going to welcome Cherie atupe kidogo like a briefing kidogo from last session, and then tutaendelea na session ya leo. So karibu Cherie.
Thank you, Verus. So, quick recap from yesterday's session. Wait, Verus, could you stop sharing your screen so as I can share the first part of the PowerPoint real quick? Okay. Window. I mean, do you guys see like personal statement and essay writing as the first thing?
Yeah, personal statement and essay writing. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll go over what I did yesterday very quick. So yesterday we talked about some important things about your essay. We talked about trying to personalize your essay in a very shallow way. We talked about introduction, about clear structure, editing, and proofreading, but these were done in very shallow. They were very shallow. Then I told you guys that it's important to understand the scholarship essay and to do your research regarding shule ambao unataka kuapply, kujua mission, values and all of that ili uweze ukaintegrate kwenye essay yako. Then nikawapa these 4 tips chache about like not making your essay boring and how like usiache any blanks for the reader, na pia nikawambia importance of incorporating why you did an activity, how you've grown as a person and all of that. Then nikasema pia kuhusiana na make sure that there's a center theme or a center passion when you're writing your essays. Then we went through some sample prompts from MS and from UWC, and you guys, I elaborated on some of these, and you guys were asked some questions, and we also did some, like, went through a bit from ALA also. So, yeah, that's what we did, and yeah, so you can continue, Verus.
Could you stop sharing your screen, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Cherie, for that short briefing of yesterday's session. I'm gonna share my screen and continue with what we're gonna talk about today, which is umuhimu wa essay. Kwa nini essay yako ya Snaili ya kwa nini essay is so important, and wait, sorry guys. Can you see? I think you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about why your essay is important. Kwa nini ni muhimu wewe, and as you can see, the only part of this like the only part of your application that really distinguishes you from your other pool of applicants ni ile like your essay, your academic achievements, like things which can make you stand out, ni your essay, your activity list, your okay, of course, your background sometimes, and like most importantly is your essay. Ndio maana tumeipa like a 2 days session kwa ajili ya kuweza kuongelea what's important and what you should do and what you should not do in your essays. Kwa hiyo kwamba like one important thing that you should always remember kwenye essays zako to personalize your application, kwamba ifanye ionekane kwamba ni ya kwako. Don't make it a general thing. So like when you're writing an essay, like usiandike ionekane kama vile anyone else could write that thing. Like make it sound it's from you. Kama ni essay ya Verus, like akisoma yule anayesoma zile application essays, anatakiwa aone kwamba okay, yeah, this is Verus and not any other person, because mnaweza mkawa mnaongelea watu wengi, mnaweza mkawa mnaongelea labda, or let's say my passion is playing football, so watu wengi wanaweza kawa wanaongelea how football it shaped them as a person, and jinsi gani mpira like as a passion imewasaidia ku grow as people. Kila mtu anaweza kuongelea hicho, lakini how can I make my essay sound kama, oh, this is a football essay from Verus, this is a football essay from Festo, and so. Kwa hiyo hata kama mnaongelea the same challenges, hata kama mnaongelea the same experiences, but I mean the experiences that shaped you as an individual, they still need to show your like your personal connection, and by sharing your own story, like your own experience, and you can create a personal connection with you and like the scholarship committee or the admission officers, which will make them remember you, though it will make them know you as a person, and it's easier for them to know kama you actually fit in the school or not, kama umeweza kuonyesha ile a clear picture of who you are. Ni umuhimu gani wa hizi essay, like why are these essays so important? First, they showcase your qualifications, achievements and potential. Kwa hiyo through your application essays, kama nilivyosema, wanatakiwa waone why this person is you know why this person is so important for our school, or why this person fits in our values and in our culture. So some of your experiences or some of your essays in your application may show them kwamba, yeah, we actually need this person in our school, afu anakuchukua, and it's easy as that. So make you also another thing that these essays do, they make you stand out from the other applications, kwa sababu what you write has to be, as I said, it has to be personal, like it has to be connected to your own, like your personal experiences, and it has to show kwamba, yeah, this essay is from this person, and that's why it makes you stand out, so it is always gonna be different from any other person. Kwa hiyo ni muhimu sana kuiandika essay yako kwamba unajua ukiisoma. So kitu kimoja ambacho nilikitumia last 2 years ago when I was applying for these scholarships, kwamba nilipata ushauri mmoja kutoka kwa one of the mentors wa this same program. Akasema kwamba, nakumbuka alisema kwamba ukishasoma your essay, unatakiwa ukiwa unahisi, yani ukiwa unasoma unatakiwa unaisikiliza pia mwenyewe. Does it sound like you? Does this sound as Verus? Like mtu atakaye soma essay yako, will they see this Verus in these essays? That's the most important question that you have to ask yourself. So another thing that these essays do, they showcase your motivation and passion, as I said, and Cherie said this last session, that you should find a passion or like a central theme that you have to focus on your essays. You have like 10 different essays or 8 different essays to write. You don't want them to, kwenye essay flani unaonesha kitu flani, you show this version of Verus. Another essay unaonesha another version of yourself. Another essay, it will confuse them. So if I want to show them kwamba mimi, I'm a hard worker, I'm a leader, I'm this and this and this, and these are the values that the school want, so kwenye essay zangu nitajitahidi sana ni base, like unajua umefanya vitu vingi kwenye your all levels, you have done a lot of like activities, you have a lot of achievements. You just have to sit down and choose what you need to present in your essays, because unatakiwa uoneshe like the things ambazo together they will show these admission officers who you are as a person. Because it's very important that you showcase your passions in a way that it displays who you are as a person. like your identity. um, Another thing is insert how you're a good match to their schools, because it is a mutual relation. It is a mutual relation, where you needs, like where your needs get fulfilled by them and you fulfill their needs. Kwamba this scholarship sio kwamba tu you just given and that's it. Ni kwamba it's a business thing, yeah. So I remember when I received my scholarship, they told us, like the national committee, kwamba, or if you don't get these grades, or if you don't do this and this and this, we can just call off your scholarship. So make sure that, you show them kwamba you're a good match to the school. And as Sherry said, do some research, know the values of the school. Your mission statement ya shule, nini hiyo shule inawataka watu aina gani, and that's what you want to show them in your essays. Kwa sababu mwisho wa siku they won't take a person ambaye they don't fit in the school, kwa hiyo you get what you need, which is your scholarship. At some point of your application, you showcase your financial needs and they'll fulfill them. So what do they get in return? It's maybe good grades or whatever. Kwa hiyo kuna this thing inaitwa conditional scholarship, kwamba you get a scholarship but there's some conditions that you have to fulfill, and if you don't, tunachukua scholarship yetu. Another thing, kwa mfano in UWC East Africa, no, in UWC I think in general, but I'll just talk about UWC East Africa because that's where I am right now. Unaambiwa kwamba, ukipata kesi, labda umekamatwa kwenye kesi yoyote, si ndio, like a disciplinary thing, and then you get expelled from the school while you're on a scholarship, wanakufungulia kesi mahakamani because then you wasted their money, and yeah. So just make sure that you show them you are a good match to the school. One last thing is, include, by including the values, like include the values to your essay. Kwamba incorporate those things that they talk about in their websites. If you go through these schools websites, you can see the values, you can see the things that they cherish a lot, that they they bow to as a school. Wana ni vitu ambavyo wanavinyenyekea, like wanaviabudia or something like that, kwamba those things are the central values of the school. They define the culture of the school. If you hear UWC, you start thinking of a diverse community. You start thinking of, like, outdoor pursuit trips and all those, like, outdoor experiences. That's the things that the school focuses on. And how can you know that? By looking at the school's website. Go make sure pitia zile website, unafanya research, na ukiwa unaandika zile essay zako unakuwa unaeka yale maneno ambayo yametajwa sana kwenye ile websites zao. Like, show them kwamba you know the school, show them that you're interested in the school, like you really want to go there and you know the school. Yeah. So I think those are the most important things that your essay can benefit you with. And if you really focus on just making sure that your essay stands out, and then, like, you show them that you are a good fit to the school, and then that's really fine. Kwa hiyo utakuwa umeweza kuwaonyesha kwamba mimi ni kweli I deserve to be in this school, and yeah, they will take you if you actually do all the things that we tell you. Like, these are the things ambazo sisi tulifanya tukafanikiwa, and na sisi tulipata ushauri kutoka kwa our mentors. Kwa hiyo na nyie mkisikiliza mkafata maelekezo, just go through these slides na mambo mengi which you can learn for your essays. Just do a summary of today's session and a summary of yesterday's sessions. Just like few things that you actually need to just remember when you're writing your essays. Sasa, objective number 1, you have to maintain a clear structure. I think nahisi Sherry atakuwa ameongelea hili swala, lakini maintain a clear structure as in organize your essays properly. Yani mtu akisoma anaona ule mtiririko wa matukio, anaona ule like anaona the flow of what you want to say. You get, akianza kusoma introduction, akaingia kwenye main body and whatever. Okay, some of the essays like UWC, you need to write like an essay for 80 words. So there's no like a structure of paragraphs and whatever. There's just all in one paragraph. So just show kwenye ile essay yako iweze ku deliver the main idea. Like when somebody reads from the first word to like the last sentence, anaweza kaona what you want to tell them, like what you wanted to say in the essay. It's very difficult to like fit all your ideas in 80 words or 100 words because they limit you a lot, and that's their only way to like kupunguza watu, kuwachuja watu, because it's very very difficult to write an essay of like 80 words or 100 words and be able to deliver what you wanted to say. Some of us, English is not our first language, kwa hiyo ni ngumu kidogo, Kiingereza kinakuwa changamoto, unajikuta um, kitu ambacho you wanted to explain in like you can any kitu ambacho ungeweza ku explain in 2 minutes or in 3 minutes, you can explain in 10 minutes, kwa sababu to English is it's a problem. Kwa unajikuta you write too many paragraphs, like you need too many English words to deliver what you want to say in the essay. So make sure you have a clear structure, organize your structure properly, and then you can be able to just deliver a good essay, which can be considered in your application like as one of the top essays. Because yeah, as I said, it's very difficult, lakini ukiweza kufanya, if you pull it off, then it pays you very well. uh, what else? Tell a personal story. Nimesema jiongelee wewe mwenyewe, yani unataka kuwaonyesha wewe, sio mtu mwingine, sio unaandika essay mtu anaanza kujiuliza, huyu ni nani, who is he as a person, like amekuaje, amepitia changamoto gani, like what experiences have they shaped you in your life, you get, like tell a personal story which will show your journey, and ambayo itaweza kuwaonyesha kwamba yeah, yeah, this is Verus. When we hear about this, tunajua Verus. When we hear about dancing and football, tunamsikia Verus. Like we start thinking about Verus, because that's what I showed them in my essays. I love dancing and I love football. I'm not telling you guys to do the same. Like you can have better ideas. Showcase your passions and commitment, how the scholarship aligns with your ambitions. How will the scholarship benefit you? They're not just giving scholarships to like random people. They give scholarships to people who they think ile scholarship itawanufaisha. Kwa hiyo unawaonyeshaje kwamba mimi nikipata hii scholarship nitaweza nitafanya hiki na hiki na hiki. In my former school nilikuwa siwezi kufanya hiki na hiki na hiki. Au nina passion ya kufanya kitu fulani, lakini kwa sababu shule yangu ilikuwa na changamoto fulani na fulani, nilishindwa kufikia malengo yangu, lakini with this scholarship I think naweza nikapata hiki na hiki na hiki. Those are some of the few things that you can show them kwamba yeah, you really deserve the scholarship. Objective number 2 is how to connect your goals to the scholarship. Kama nilivyotoka kusema hapo nyuma kidogo kwamba unaonyesha kwa nini ile scholarship itakunufaisha wewe. So you clearly explain how receiving the scholarship will help you achieve your educational, life and career goals. So you can discuss your special skills, special talents, perspectives, or experiences that make you a valuable candidate. All those things that make you a very good fit for their school. So you show how these qualities will contribute to your success in the scholarship program and beyond and further. They don't want you to just succeed in this school. They just want you to, pass by flying colors and represent the school further in university. You get a university and you keep on presenting the school very well. You keep on performing, and that's what they want: the consistency of your grades and your achievements, and not just academically, but like in your social life and all those things. You just have to show the balance, and you need to like be honesty, be sincere, just be true to yourself. Just talk about the things that you did. Usiongelee vitu ambavyo unaona haba kiongelea hiki nitaonekana mzuri, nitaonekana like a good person or whatever, lakini just show who you are. Yani ongelea kitu ulichokifanya, jiamini. Nilikuwa natafuta ile neno, like believe in yourself, kuwa na imani na kazi yako, because you did a lot. You've been working on these essays for 2 weeks now, or even 3 weeks. Wengine wameanza kufanya research from long time ago. Kwa hiyo don't just let your hard work go to waste, and just make the most out of it. Write a good essay. It's just few words. You can spend like 2 hours writing about one prompt, and that will be easier for you. And then in your conclusion, you have to be authentic and true to yourself. Okay, this is a repetition, but it's fine. Okay, I think I can talk about conclusion in this way. Kwamba tayari umeshawaonyesha who you are as a person. Like ushawaonyesha, like, okay, you have talked about let's say your passions in this essay, and now you want to conclude. Usually a good conclusion is that conclusion that doesn't repeat what it was said mwanzoni, but just like a summary, not like a summary, lakini ni kama an overview idea. In other words, like unaongelea the same thing, you're concluding kwenye kitu ambacho ulikuwa unakiongelea. Obviously you have to stick to the same thing that you're talking about throughout your essay, lakini conclusion has to be different from your main body. Like inabidi tofautiane, ionyeshe tu kwamba okay, you're just concluding this essay, or you're concluding your views in other words. Yeah. um okay, reminders, this is what you need to do, like the do's and don'ts in your essays. First, remember the word count. That's the most important thing. Um, so kwenye essay kwa mfano za UWC wanakuwa wamekwambia 80 words. I think everyone does. Wanakwambia 80 words au 100 words. Some of them wanakwambia 1000 characters. So you just have to make sure you just make sure you stick to the word count and don't usipitilize au usipunguze maneno. I mean you can, lakini just do the number of words they want. And kuna mtu ame unmute, ni nani jamani? Angeline Musoroche, can you mute your mic please? Thank you, thank you. Okay. If you can, and only if you can, spice up your essay or answers to the prompts with complex language like idioms, proverbs, sayings, and transition words like furthermore, etc. Okay, so this is a very good point. And so kwamba mtu anayesoma essay yako anasoma essay kama 100 au 2000 5000, depends, yeah. Kwa hiyo wanachoka, and they want to read something interesting, and unataka wasi just like they shouldn't bullshit your essay, I'm sorry, lakini wanatakiwa wawe interested in reading your essay, and interested in wanting to know you more as a person by reading more essays from your application. Usitake tu mtu asome essay yako ya kwanza afa aone na huyu hapana, wanakukataa. So just make sure kwanza una introduce your essay vizuri, like your introduction inatakiwa iwe kidogo like a hook statement ambayo inamvutia mtu kusoma ile essay yako. You just don't start answering a prompt straight away. It's very hard with like 80 words, and like with less words essay like 100 words or 150. Like you still you can find a hook with like 5 sentences. You can use misemo, sayings, methali, nini, anything. Just spice up your essay, isiwe kama za watu wengine, iwe tofauti. Yeah. Also, when you're transitioning from like paragraphs to paragraphs, you have to use transition words like furthermore, you know, although, however, on top of that, in a nutshell, and when you're concluding words. Yeah. So don't use short forms. Please don't use like abbreviations au sijui vifupisho. Kwa mfano kama hiyo don't ya kuweka, just say do not use short forms. Just don't at all. Usiweke zile don't, sijui doesn't au hapana. Usiweke short forms, just weka maneno kama yalivyo. Another thing, avoid repetition of certain words. Kwa mfano unasema because however. Na kuna maneno mengi, just go online, search for the word ambayo umerudia sana, alafu ulizia tu like nini synonyms zake. Synonyms kwa Kiswahili ni visawe vya yale maneno ambayo umeona kama vile haya nimerudia sana kwenye essay yangu. Sio vizuri, utaki kurudia maneno kwa sababu English is very very broad, and there's like a lot of vocabularies. Kwa hiyo tumia maneno tofauti wanajua huyu iko vizuri kwenye Kiingereza, and like vocabularies are not a problem, and it's easy to like pick you. Kwa hiyo jaribu kutumia maneno tofauti, spice up your essays. Use idioms if you can, proverbs, sio lazima, lakini just spicing up your essay will make your essay stand out, and that can be, different from other people. Yeah. Watch out for spelling and grammar mistakes. Kwa hiyo ukiwa unaandika essay yako, kabla huja submit, hakikisha unaipitia tena, like read through. Yeah, rudia. Read through, angalia grammar umekosea nini, angalia if the essay makes sense, angalia if that essay sounds as you, and then sorry, and then anataka like yule admissions officer wanataka was like wasikutane na mistakes, any mistakes, because you had time to check for your mistakes and like correct the essays. You have all the time in the world to sit down and work on your essays very well. um, and yes, unaweza ukafanyaje ukaandika a very good essay if you just lock in and like ukatulia tu yeah. um I think I want to go back to the significance of essays. I want to talk about one more thing kidogo, before I go through some prompts and then questions. um Sasa, significances of essay. I've already talked about a lot of things on why your essays are important, lakini cha muhimu nataka nigusie ni kwamba your essays ni kama kitu pekee ambacho kinaweza kikawaonyesha wale admissions officer, wewe ni mtu wa aina gani. Kwa hiyo ni like, it's a very very important aspect of your application, and you have to like actually like get support, if you can, and like try your best to make a good essay, kwa sababu at the end of the day they're reading a lot of essays and they don't want to read a boring essay. Don't make it boring. um, don't make it uninteresting. Like, just use different words. If you can spice it up, that's good. Lakini they are reading wanasoma essay nyingi. Kwa hiyo um, tafadhali uandike essay nzuri na ambayo inaweza ika stand out. Take your time, do research. Yani you have to do a lot of research, and to like pull off a good essay you need to do a lot of research, a lot of reading. Ukiingia mtandaoni kuna watu wame like some websites zina essays, like some sample from last year or other years, university essays. They also talk about the same things. So yeah, just have a lot of resources on your table, and that you can, and with that you can write a good essay. uh I'm gonna go through some prompts, maswali tofauti tofauti ambayo yameulizwa kwenye applications za shule mbalimbali in these recent years. Swali moja ambayo naweza waliuliza, and I see this was from ALA. This was my essay from ALA last year. Wanakuambia, reflect on a time you identified a need in your community and took action. This can be your family, school, village, town, civil society organization, workplace, religious community, and outside as an assigned classroom task. So this prompt ilikuwa ina different parts, A, B, C mpaka A, B na C. So 1A was, what need did you identify? So we're still talking about this need that you identified in your community. And good thing about ALA, they structure their prompts in a way that you can clearly have a good, like you can easily have a good structure of your essay. Because of these prompts, they okay, like they prompt you to write a very very short explanation, like 100 words of writing what need did you identify in your community and why was addressing this need important to you. This was like a minimum of 100 words. Kwa hiyo ni rahisi kwa sababu tayari swali limeshakwambia nini unataka ufanye. Like you just need to tell them niligundua shida fulani kwenye jamii yangu au kwenye swali linataka a challenge outside of the classroom. Kwa hiyo hata inaweza kawa labda uwanjani wa mpira. Kwa mfano mimi, I talked about how Ilboru we used to have like a bad football field, and me and my friends we saw that challenge and we raised some funds to, like, kuajiri like a tractor, sijui nini nini, yale magari makubwa makubwa yaje yasawazishe uwanja, and we planted new grass and whatever, and so people could have fun. The school could host different tournaments, and also, with that fundraising, we brought up the school community together. Tuliweza pia kuajiri with the money that we got, tuliweza pia kuajiri watu waje ku work on the field. So it was like a very good like challenge ambayo tuliona, nahisi na pia ile I did a lot, like I faced a lot of challenges and I solved a lot of challenges, lakini nahisi hiyo ndio iliweza kunisaidia kujibu all of my plans, my prompts. Kwa hiyo you can have like different challenges, and you can have like different answers to this question. You just have to sit down and choose one which is best, like which is the best, and can answer all of your prompts. So that's 1A. 1B ilikuwa inaongelea kuhusu what specific actions did you take to address the need. If your initiative is unfinished, what actions do you still to plan to take? Okay, so for me, kwa sababu my challenge was already solved, and this ilikuwa tu ni maneno 150. Kwa hiyo mimi nilichokisema hapa kwenye hii essay, yani ALA essay zao kidogo zina ku direct in which way you have to go, and A, B na C ule mtiririko wake tayari, huo mtiririko wake tayari unakusaidia wewe kuonesha a clear structure of your essay, but still in that prompt ya maneno 150 lazima uonyeshe pia a good structure of your essay, uonyeshe mtiririko wa matukio mzuri ambao mwishoni utakuja kuibua hiyo majibu ya hoja unayoongelea. Kwa hiyo please do take your time to choose a challenge that you're going to talk about. Pia niliongelea sasa kwamba jinsi to like the actions that we took. First tulifanya fundraisers, nika organize wenzangu darasani nini hivyo. I invited friends from other school also to fundraise. Kwa hiyo all those zipo kwenye hiyo prompt ya pili, 1B. And 1C ilikuwa inauliza whether it is finished or unfinished, how do you measure the success of the initiative? So wanataka kuona kwamba how do you evaluate your work? How do you reflect on the journey that you took? Like, how did you benefit from you solving the challenge? Yeah. So this question inakutaka kuonyesha umefaidika vipi kwa hiyo initiative uliofanya, kwa hiyo hatua uliyoamua kuchukua on the challenge that you saw. Yeah. And also how it built you as a person. Still, all these essays, they just meant to show them who you are as a person and who you are now, or who you were like 4 years ago, na jinsi the challenges that you faced and the experiences zimeweza kukujenga to a different person now. So kama unataka uonyeshe hiyo change, like a transition kwa jinsi ulivyokuwa zamani na sasa hivi, you have to show them that sasa a story of both sides, like both sides, kwamba huku nilikuwa hivi lakini through this and this and this I grew, and now I'm this and this. Yeah. Another prompt, this was from UWC, like from my UWC application, because I applied to both UWC and ALA. So for my UWC, the question ilikuwa inauliza, you are a scientist, what scientific experiment would you run if money or ethics were not an issue? So wanakuambia uassume kama vile like you have all the money in the world and you don't have any ethics restrictions or whatever, or cultural restrictions or whatever, like you are free to conduct any scientific experiment, and what will you do? And this question ilikuwa ina maneno 150 pia. Kwa hiyo mimi sio scientist, I don't like sciences guys. I hate sciences very much, lakini ili swali linataka mimi niwe scientist. Okay, I have to be a scientist for this question. So who is a scientist? Sijui, I have to research. What does a scientist do? I have to research. What experiment would a scientist do if I was a scientist? You have to research, kwa sababu you're not a scientist. Okay, not you, but me. I wasn't a scientist because I didn't like sciences. Lakini I had to find an experiment ambayo ingeweza kuwashawishi kwamba, at the end of the day, the point of, like, kwenye ese zako unachokiangalia, unachokitafuta ni kushawishi wale admissions officer. Kwa mimi ilibidi nitafute tu experiment ambayo itawashawishi vizuri. Sikumbuki vizuri what I talked about. It has been a long time, like 2 years now, so I've already like forgotten what I answered, lakini nakumbuka I found something, I cooked, niliandika maneno pale mia hamsini na nikazingatia vitu ambavyo niliambiwa kwenye hizi project united work through mentorship program and other mentorship programs, like on essay writing, and also I got help from Tansawa, so it was quite easier to like just pull off a good essay. And yeah, so with these questions kunaweza kukaa kuna maswali like kwenye application zako kunaweza kuwa kuna maswali ambao you don't know how to answer them, like you've never seen such a question, or the question doesn't apply to you, like how this scientist question didn't apply to me. So like lakini you still have to answer the question. Yeah. Pia you might find some prompts in the essays are like optional. You still have to do them. Yeah. Usiziache tu just because ni optional, you have to do them. That's another thing pia ambayo inawafanya watu wa stand out kwamba you had time, you took your time to do the extras but others didn't. Yeah, so that shows them kwamba like you're a very good person, and they can take you to school. um yeah, kwa hiyo na nitaka niseme kwamba pia kwamba how this admissions officer view your essay. Wao ni watu ambao hawakujui kabisa, hawajai kukusikia, hawajai kukujua. So imagine like um this is a very good tip to help you when you don't know what to write about your essays, or kama ujui una mwelekeo mzuri. You just sit down in a room and just visualize a conversation between you and a person who doesn't know you at all. Like you just met them at, let's say, a random party, or you met them at a restaurant, au wapi, popote, just a random meetup with a very, very new person, and he doesn't know you, but they're interested in knowing you as a person and they want to know you more. So what are you going to offer? You're going to offer a conversation with those guys. So visualize yourself in a room with that person and try to tell them everything, like everything that that person needs to know. You can record yourself kama una memory fupi kama mimi, unaweza ukajirecord ili ukumbuke ulichokuwa unasema. So in that conversation utajikuta unaongelea some things ambazo zinajibu your prompts. Also, it's also a good tip when you're writing your essay and like you want to just record everything and then unaisikiliza baadaye unaanza kuandika. Kwa hiyo unasoma ile prompt yako, unawasha tu your voice recorder and you just talk about anything that comes into your mind. Talk to that person ambayo I said you're visualizing yourself in a room with that person. Talk to that person like anything that comes to your mind and record it. Later, sit down and listen to what you're saying, and you can get great ideas to write on your essay. Another tip that you can use, make other people read your essays. I also said I also talked about reading your essays loud and trying to hear yourself. Yani unajisikia kama, oh, does this sound as me? Hii essay vipi, ina mvuto au hii kama ina chenga chenga hivi. Ukiona chenga chenga unaachana nayo, you edit it. You know, huwezi submit essay ambayo it's a bit shaky. Yeah, kwa kingine, get help from the coaches, uliza maswali mbalimbali. Use the internet very well. Yani watu wanashindwa tu kutumia hii Google vizuri, lakini Google has almost everything that you want to know in this world. So ukiwa na maswali, take your time. Usinunue tu bundle and then spend it on useless things. Just use your bundle on doing research on how you can perfect your essay, on how you can make it look very, very beautiful and pleasant to the admissions officer's eyes, and they can get excited to read or to know you more as a person. And for example, in UWC, you write your essays online. If they're interested in you, they'll call you for an individual, a group interview. If they're interested in you, they'll call you for an individual interview. If they're still interested in you, they will grant you a scholarship. Kwa hiyo these stages wanaenda na watu ambao wanahisi hawa they'll be a good fit to our school. Ukikosa if you don't get accepted to a school, if you kosa scholarship nini, usijilaumu, usi what can I say? Like, don't blame yourself. Yeah, don't be in a room crying or whatever just because you didn't get into a school. It's not what you. It's not like what you were planned maybe to get. There's something better for you out there, and you just have to wait and keep faith. If you believe in God, Mungu atakuwa tuna like a good plan for you. Yeah, so you just wait for your time. You just wait for your chance. There's always an opportunity for you out there. Yeah, it doesn't matter you went to an international school, you got a scholarship, or you didn't. You will still make it, in life, if you just stay focused to your goals and you don't give up in life. And yeah, just keep pushing yourself harder and harder every day. Just try to be better, and um, as an individual. And yeah, of course, in your essays, you read them every day and try to make them better every single day. And with that, I would like to conclude our session for today, and maybe welcome some few questions from you guys before we close off today's sessions. So you can use the nini. Sorry. Now I'll stop sharing nice kwa sababu imeisha. Kwa hiyo you can mnaweza mkatumia okay. Mnaweza mkatumia the messaging app, whatever, which is in here, alafu mkauliza tu maswali. I'll be reading them, and then hapa maswali here. Yeah, kwa karibuni kwa maswali. Yes, there's a question here. What things can make my essay boring? Please talk more on that. Nice, good question, Clarita. What things can make your essay boring? Ni kama kwa sababu unaona kwa sababu labda una maneno machache ya ku write, like to write on your essay. Let's say you have 150 words. Kwa hiyo unaweza kaa pale like you're just beating around the bush, like you're not auonyeshi nini unataka, like you're not answering the question, like you're not, you get, ni kama unazunguka zunguka tu, so they don't get what you want to say. Wanajaribu kusoma wakuelewe lakini hawakuelewi. Yeah, so they just get bored and interested in like it doesn't okay, yeah. Kwa hiyo vitu vingine ambavyo vinaweza vikafanya like your essay boring ni repetition of words. Nimesema usirudiarudie maneno, try to look for synonyms online, try to look for different vocabularies. And yeah, so nice, Clarita, I might have answered your question, lakini yeah, a boring essay unaweza ukaijua tu ukisoma wewe mwenyewe. If you read your own essay na unaona kama vile unachoka choka kuisoma, yeah, that's already boring. Kwa hiyo tafuta kitu ambacho like talk about things ambazo zitamfanya mtu atamani kumjua Clarita as a person, like unaelewa kwamba ninasoma essay lakini naona kama I need to call this person for a group interview and know her or him more as a person. Kwa hiyo don't make it boring. Jitahidi, kwa sababu wanafanyaje? Kwa sababu wanasoma essay nyingi kama nilivyosema, so make sure it's not boring ili wasichoke kusoma essay yako. Yeah, so I think I've answered your question. Maybe if Cherie, like, you have something else to say, like on what things can make your essay boring. That's a very question that I was answering right now. If you have any other thing to add, or if not, then other people, please keep dropping questions.
I think something that could also make your essay boring, I'm not sure if you talked about it, is repeating the same information over and over again. Like maybe you mentioned that you volunteered, then you mention it multiple times that yes, I volunteered, I volunteered. Like just repeating the same information over and over again, that can make your essay boring. Also, like if you focus on your achievements more and less on like how that shaped you, I think that could also be boring to a reader because you're just bombarding them with information about what you did, which is like, yeah, sawa, good for you, but like mtu anaboreka anataka kujua like, so what happened next, what happened afterwards. So yeah, that could make your essay a bit boring, I think. uh do you
Beautiful.
mean repeating the Davis has a question. Do you mean repeating the same point on the same essay or different essay? I think both. Like
Yeah.
repeating it on the same essay and in the different essay. Let's say if for example in ALA questions, I'm not really sure. Like if there's A, B, C, and D, maybe try not um repeating again of let's say what you talked about in A. Try to find something new to talk about it, or you can write your essay like you can also somehow focus on the same thing, but approach it from like a different angle so as to not make it sound the same thing. Hope I answered it.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, like Sherry is so right kwamba ni both, like unajua sio tu mongelea the same thing on one essay, lakini pia wanasoma all your essays. So if wanaona kama vile, oh, this person has nothing else to share. Yeah, essays are like your chance to show everything that you want to show them, bro. Najua umefanya vitu vingi sana, kwa hiyo just distribute them kwenye hizo prompts. Angalia kwenye hii prompt naweza nikaongelea this experience, hii naweza nikaongelea this experience. Try to show them like a different, um, version of yourself, like different, kama ni challenges, like different challenges, achievements, kama Sherry was saying, like don't just talk about achievements. Like everyone who applies to UWC or everyone who applies to other schools, they're all good, bro. Like wote wamepata labda 1 ya 7, 1 ya 8, ati whatever. Like they're all highly academic achieving students. Kwa hiyo wote ni yani wote mna akili, wote mmeachieve vitu vingi. So just don't just talk about your achievements. It gets boring kwa sababu of course we know una akili, we know you did this and this. Yeah. What else? Clarita has another question. So for an essay to be interesting, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have done interesting and exciting stuff. Okay, good question. Of course, yes. For example, me, naweza nikakupa tu mfano mzuri. When I was doing my individual interviews, it's a good thing. I did a stand-up comedy for my judges. Lakini when I went out, okay, yeah, I did that. I performed my comedy and then they laughed, dadi wakacheka nini. Nilivyotoka nje, my friends were waiting outside, walikuwa wanasema, oh, umeenda tu ndani kuwachekesha those judges. Utapata chochote si nini nini. Yeah, like it sounds like a stupid thing to present on your interview, a stand-up comedy, lakini it's an interesting thing. It shows it's a way to express myself. If I dance, or if I play football, or if I do stand up comedy, like I'm like that's what I enjoy doing the most. Yeah. So hata kama it's not a good thing, but if you just talk about it in a way kwamba, yeah, you're really interested in that thing, itaonesha tu kweli huyu mtu hata kama kitu. I know a person who got a scholarship kwa sababu alikuwa anacheza table tennis. You see, that sounds very silly and stupid, lakini he got a scholarship to a very good school. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an interesting thing or an exciting stuff, but it's just how you present your essay, the vocabularies that you use, how you spiced up your thing, and how kama usirudie maneno, usirudie sentences, the transition words have to be different. just take your time to work on these essays kwa sababu ni maneno mafupi tu, so yeah, just take your time. um it's already 6. I'll, if there's one more question naweza nikapokea, if not, and then probably close the session today. So one more question guys, alafu tufunge. Okay, thank you guys for joining us today. Naona kama vile hamna maswali tena. um yeah, tomorrow is Christmas, so enjoy the Christmas Eve. Spend time in church or whatever, or whenever you're gonna go, wherever you're gonna go with your parents or your family, friends. Just enjoy Christmas. Yeah, just have a nice time with your family guys. Tunashukuru wote mliojoin leo. It was, the meeting was recorded, so finally mtaipata, lakini one more thing, just keep your heads up for the deadlines, lakini pia endeleeni kutafuta the requirements, application requirements kama recommendation letters, your transcripts, your vyeti vyako nini, yeah, and also are like other deadlines, other applications kama zimefunguliwa, and yeah, work on your essays every single day. Hakikisha unapata unaongeza kitu kwenye essay yako mpaka siku ya mwisho kusubmit inakuwa imeshapata like a good test, yeah, like you add spices kidogo kidogo every single day and it gets better at the end of the day. So thank you everyone for who joined us today. I hope I'll see you in the next session, which I think it's after Christmas. So yeah, thank you and bye.